Hello, potato. You ever want a cake, but you don't want to bake a full cake, and you don't want to bake it all, and what you want to do is barely describable as cooking? Well, Duncan Hines has got us covered, because there ain't nothing wrong with a little Duncan Hines. We've got sadness cakes. All right, that's not what they're really called. They are perfect size for one cakes, which is, frankly, I think not as catchy a name as sadness cakes, because it's just something to me about a for one serving of an item that is sad. Like you don't expect you can get anybody to help you eat that cake. I mean, if you can't get somebody to help you eat cake, that's a problem. I mean, people are always down for eating cake. And we've got not just these two, but you've got Chips Ahoy and Oreo, but we've also got, just for a little bit of extra, unicorn cake cup. So basically, I think these are just going to be like mug cakes, but without having to wash a mug, because that is a lot of work. And these ones are a little bit extra because they do come, unlike mug cakes, they come with sprinkles to put on top, or I guess what these two mix in, but let's take a look at them. So here's our Oreo one. They're fairly straightforward instructions. Remove lid and film from cup. Do not microwave with lid. Tap cup to level cake mix. Add cold water to fill line, 3 tablespoons, and stir well. Would you look at this? We've got some cold water. Microwave uncovered on high, according to chart below. 2 minutes in the microwave. Cool 2 minutes in the microwave. Read all the words. Remove from microwave carefully by lifting from top of cup. Sprinkle with toppings and enjoy. And then on here also suggests, try this. Stir toppings into blended cake batter and microwave as directed. Now the interesting thing is it says that on both of these, but not on the unicorn one. It does not say to try blending in the jimmies and the little sugar spheres there, and I'm guessing that's because if you got the little sugar spheres there without knowing it was coming, you'd shatter your teeth. Do not eat raw batter. Do they all say that? No, it looks like only the unicorn one says that. So maybe that's ooh, what's different about this one? Other than it being pink and just a little bit extra. What's in these things? Children younger than age 3 could have difficulty swallowing small food pieces. Young children should be under adult supervision while preparing and eating. If your child needs supervision to put 3 tablespoons of water in here, you may have problems. And they probably can't reach the microwave, can they? Serving size is 1 container. Calories 280. For Oreo, our calories are 300. And Chips Ahoy, 300 as well. So this is the lowest calorie version. And it's got 16% of your daily sodium, which that kind of surprises me. What do we got going on over here? 16... 15, a little bit less there. I'm so just guessing now, just because we're jumping all over the place here. I think this is going to be the most disappointing one because I find Chips Ahoy to be just generally disappointing. They used to say, chocolate chip in every bite. And especially with the chewy ones, I more say disappointment in every bite. So does it say what kind of cake these are? Chocolate chip cake mix with Chips Ahoy cookie pieces. Cookies and cream cake mix with Oreo cookie pieces. And vanilla flavored pink cake mix with sprinkles. Alright, so what is in them? I'm not reading all that. It's cake mix. I just find it interesting this one specifically says not to eat it raw. I wonder if it's maybe because it's geared towards younger audiences? This one just says to cook it for 1 minute. This is only good for 1100 watt microwaves. These ones are a little more flexible. I wonder why that is. Because this says for 1000 watt and for 700 and 900 watt. I think ours is closer to 1100 anyways. So let's open these. Now, the question I have looking at these, I really can't tell just by looking. If I pop the lid off, am I going to get cookies everywhere? Or are there 2 seals in there? I'm going to open upside down just to be safe, because I honestly don't know. And there are. Okay, good. I was legitimately worried about that. So we got our Oreo. Now watch one of them not be that way. Got our Chips Ahoy. Got our unicorn. And they're all the same thing, 3 tablespoons, right? All right. Let's take a look at it. Oh, you can see through the bottom on these. So yeah, you can see they're just fairly standard looking cake mixes, pink. Nothing much special there. So I think we will mix in with the Oreos. We'll put the not the Oreos, the Chips Ahoy. We'll put the Oreo on top. So let's remove the film. Tap it down. So I guess that's our fill line. Can you even see that? Am I just going too fast? Right there, I believe is supposed to be our fill line. So we add in, so theoretically 3 tablespoons of water should bring us to the fill line. 1, a 2, a 3. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. And then we're going to want to mix that up. Of course, by tapping it all down, it made it all settled, so now it's all clumped at the bottom. And yeah, I'm going to get a little cross-contamination here because I'm not going to mess up 3 spoons to mix these up. I don't know, that doesn't seem like it's mixing super well. So of course, one thing with mug cakes you don't get in normal cakes, that's why you get sprinkles on this one, is I get no frosting at all here. At least there are some mug cakes that come with little frosting packets. This is not one of them, but it does come with sprinkles, or in this case, crumbled cookie. Did you know, I remember reading one time that the reason when you buy cake mixes, like Duncan Hines cake mixes and stuff, that you have to add an egg to them, is that the original releases already had the instant egg in them, which these clearly do. Otherwise, you'd have to add an egg in. But people didn't feel like they were actually cooking when all they added was water and oil. And then that's why, when you buy a cake mix, you have to add the egg. Because it makes it feel more like you're actually baking something rather than just heating something up. I don't know if that's true or not. But I've heard it. I think I've heard it from multiple sources. I wiped it off to try to cut down on contamination a little bit. So it suggests adding the cookie bit after you've already mixed up the batter, right? Yeah, stir toppings into blended cake batter and micro. So we've got to mix it up first. I feel like this one's mixing a little smoother. Maybe the cooking cream, well, this has chocolate. Maybe the cookie bits or the cream bits are what was looking all lumpy. And this is still lumpy, but this feels like it's not as lumpy. All right, so let's mix in our mix-ins. Basically, it's just like half a crushed Chips Ahoy. So, you know, what you find in the bottom of the bag. Right. Off to the side with that, and we'll mix that in. And I picked these up at 5 Below. If you're not familiar with the place, I've talked about them before. They're like not McFrugals. I mean, McFrugals hasn't existed in like 2 decades. They're like Big Lots, but just the cool stuff. None of the actually like genuinely useful things. Just the things that are fun. All right. Finally, have our unicorn cake. I'm gonna give this one a sniff. Now it just smells like cake batter. That doesn't smell pleasant at all. How do these smell? Okay, that smells like cookies. That smells almost a little like coffee. That's weird. This just kind of smells unpleasant. So hopefully, maybe the water makes a difference. A 1, a 2, and 3. And yeah, that does bring us pretty much perfectly to the fill line. So that's nice. That's nice to know that much is at least correct. And mix that in. It's certainly the cheeriest one. Does the paper come off? Oh, I think it does. Are we supposed to do that? Are we supposed to take that off? No, I guess not. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Am I supposed to? It feels like you're supposed to tear it there. But, does it say? It says don't reuse the cup. Cooks in about a minute. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll do that to all of them when I bring them back after heating them up, so we can see them. Yeah, I could bring them. You know, I could use the microwave. I'm not gonna say bring it in here. It's in here. I could set the microwave up and do them in here, but I'm doing 3 of them, and I'm not gonna. Don't want to take the time to stop between each one and microwave. I'm just gonna take them all out to the good microwave and do them out there, and then jump back here. And no, I'm not gonna bring the camera. While I do see value in showing the microwave process sometimes, this isn't one of those times. Alright, there's our 3 sadness cakes. Perfect size for 1, which is why I need 3 of them. Oh dear, I just licked my finger. I've eaten raw cake batter. Now I'm going to die. Well, I better hurry up and do this quickly then before the poison kills me. So yeah, we will jump here, and when it comes back up, there will be 3 completed perfect size. Oh, that tastes awful. There's like a chemically taste, sorry. There's like a chemically taste coming up in my mouth from licking this stuff off my finger. I think I may have been wrong about which one's going to be the worst. But yeah, let's jump ahead till they're done and see, ultimately, which sadness cake is the least sad. And we are back, and they're all baked. So you can see they've come up quite a bit. Sorry, unicorn. See, these feel like they're meant to be pull tabs. Like I'm supposed to do this, but it doesn't do anything. The plastic got really tough. So there's our Chips Ahoy. The whole label comes off of that one. Let's get rid of that. So you see, the Chips Ahoy puffed up a lot, and that's when I mixed the cookie into. I'm wondering if that has any sort of connection. Let's get our Oreo. Wow, the cup. Yeah, you definitely couldn't reuse this cup. That cup is really soft now. But not enough that that's going to come off. But there's the idea. So giving them a smell now, they still kind of smell the same. That one's almost got a little bit of a plasticky smell to it, maybe. Like, you know when you make microwave popcorn and you finish the bag and there's that kind of that smell at the end that's not popcorn, it's not the butter, it's like the plastic lining of the bag. That's kind of what this smells like. And that just kind of smells like a pancake, which, you know, I guess is better than it tasted originally, because the originally was just kind of bitter. It wasn't pleasant. So yeah, I guess maybe it's not so much an issue of it being bad for you as it just not tasting good. And they know it. Hopefully it tastes better cooked. So let's add our topping to our Oreo. Of course, remember we mixed the topping into the Chips Ahoy, which I'm wondering if that's contributed to it puffing up more than the others. These did puff up a lot more than they are now. They just sunk in the time it took to let everything cool down the appropriate couple of minutes and then get it back here. And our sprinkles. And I actually want to test something before you get, because I suspect these little balls are going to be like teeth shattering. They feel pretty firm. They're going to be like those sugar pearls. I made the mistake one time of putting them on like a sort of a wedding themed trifle. And yeah, so you know, when people scooped into it, they got mixed in, and that was a mistake and not one that I'll ever repeat. And oh yeah, these are, I don't know if the mic's picking that up, but yeah, that's they're little gobstoppers. That's, yeah, you wouldn't want to bite into that. That is definitely why you don't mix those in, because I can see mixing the sprinkles in, but yeah, those will break a tooth. That's a really bad idea. So what should we try first? We'll do this one because I think it's the one I originally thought would be the most disappointing. This one's kind of taken taking me on that now. See, I mean, this plastic's gotten I'm sure it was really thin and flimsy to begin with, because it's single use. You're not supposed to reuse it. It's just going to go in the landfill. So we can see, I mean, basically these are mug cakes. These are mug cakes with the extra waste of a disposable cup instead of just reusing a coffee mug. But yeah, so they're not, you know, there's none of that kind of look or feel of it being baked. It feels like a microwaved cake. I did a video once on mug cakes. I don't think I ever released it. There's like 3 or 4 videos that I recorded way back a couple years ago at the start of the channel, and I've never released. And yeah, they're sitting there. I may do something with them someday. All right, let's stop stalling and let's try this. Wow, that is really, really dry. Wow, have that with a cup of milk, kids. The taste isn't bad. The texture is a little spongy, which, I mean, you're eating a foam, basically, so it's not... I said foam, not phone. Not that that makes any less sense. It's very spongy, very crumbly, obviously, you can see here. I think you can see here. That, yeah, it doesn't take much to make it just completely fall apart. The flavor is not bad. It's very sweet. A little gummy. A little doughy. I think if you got cake of this when you baked it properly, you would consider that to be underbaked. But it's not bad. It's definitely sad. That is definitely sadness cake. All right, well, I mean, I didn't have very high hopes for Chips Ahoy. I mean, if you're a kid and you want to have some cake as an after-school snack or something, I could see justifying this. Like, you know, you have a Five Below on the way home from school and you pick it up and you want to sneak a cake before mom and dad get home, or mom or dad or grandma or whoever you live with, and you want to destroy the evidence. That is probably the best possible solution for these. The worst, of course, being having to stick a birthday candle in it and sing yourself happy birthday in between your uncontrollable sobs. All right, I'm stalling again. Let's try our Oreo with the topping crumbled on. It's like about the same consistency, very crumbly, very spongy, very doughy. Not as dry. I wonder if that's to do with this stuff not being mixed in. Because I didn't add any extra water to this, so that cookie stuff sucked up some of the water that was there. Maybe that made that drier. Or maybe this is a difference in the cake. I suppose I probably should have made them both the same way to know for sure. But I do like this one better. I'm actually going for a second bite on this one. Still definitely want to have something to drink with that. It's still quite thick in your mouth. Like, I don't drink milk very often. I mean, I'll put it on my cereal and stuff, but I don't just drink a glass of milk. A glass of milk actually sounds pretty good with that. Still sad. Not as sad as that. Better, but I don't know if that's just because I have put the cookie dough on top, the cookie mix, the cookie powder, the chunks on top instead of mixing them in. Or it's just the cookies and cream cake mix is just in general better than the chocolate chip cookie cake mix. But that's definitely the better of the two. Now this one, I feel like this is kind of our wild card here. So we know the little white things are teeth shattering, so I'm going to try to avoid those. And I can see there's like 3 of them right at the front there. And again, it feels very, very bouncy, very spongy, because again, it's microwaved cake mix, not properly baked. It does seem to have, like, the bottom of these has become sticky because they're all sticking to the tablecloth. It's probably just from the warmth and the fact it is a cheap vinyl tablecloth. Oops, I knocked all the little white things back on there again. All right, let's try some of this. These sprinkles are kind of melting, and now I don't want the white things. I don't want to ruin my teeth any more than this already is. All right. That doesn't smell good. It doesn't smell like vanilla. It smells like pancake mix. Really does smell like pancake mix. Oh. And I thought this one would just be the cute one. No, it's not. Oh, that's just weird. It's not like any vanilla I've ever had. It tastes somehow burnt. I cooked it for the 1 minute it said to. Cooked it for the same time I cooked these ones in. Not together, obviously. That's just... That's unpleasant. I mean, it almost tastes like something in it's gone off. Like when you have like a packet of peanuts that the oil in them has kind of gone a little rancid. It's not toxic or anything, but the oil's gone off. That's what that tastes like. I'm getting a very a scent in my nose, in the back of my throat and back of my nose, of like, rancid is like too strong of a term, but definitely spoiled. Oil that has gone off. That is, not that I could recommend any of these, but that is, I mean, these two are okay. That's just unpleasant. Nothing about that is pleasant. Not the teeth-shattering white spheres, not the taste. I mean, the texture is about the same, but it just tastes off. This was in date, right? It's on the bottom. Of course, it's on the bottom. July 23rd, 2021. So this isn't past date. None of these are out of date. That just tastes really bad. Well, I wasn't expecting that. So there you have it. Duncan Hines Sadness Cakes. If you want a cake, you don't have any coffee mugs, you don't have any self-respect, these are here. There are literally any choice would be better. Some Little Debbie snack cakes would be a better choice than these. Frankly, I expect generally better from Duncan Hines. I've had Duncan Hines mug cakes that taste considerably better than this. And who knows, maybe someday I'll put that video out and you can see it. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this week. Duncan Hines Sadness Cakes. And wow, that is extremely sad. That's a little sad. And that's actually not bad, other than the fact that it's just kind of sad that you're doing a perfect size for one. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this week. There you go, Duncan Hines Sadness Cakes. I hope you found this at all interesting or entertaining. If you did, please give the video a like and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And hey, why not follow me on Instagram at Void of Intelligence, where I do occasionally post things that aren't just related to the videos. I do thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.